Once again, one of Crown's casinos has effectively been found to be too big to fail. Like its Victorian equivalent last year, the final report of the Perth Casino Royal Commission found Crown was not suitable to hold WA's only casino licence, but gave it 2 years to fix its problems. Through numerous high-level inquiries and the media coverage which prompted them, Australians have heard plenty of stories about how Crown and its regulators failed to keep criminals from allegedly washing their dirty money through their casinos and also exploited vulnerable problem gamblers for profit. But, once again, it wasn't enough to strip the casino giant of its licence. The Royal Commission identified a series of failures by Crown, but it was not the only one criticised. The Crown Perth Resort Complex is a big contributor to state coffers, is a significant tourism asset, and employs thousands of people. But while much has been made of its status as WA's biggest private employer, it's not clear how many employees are working in the casino and how many staff its many hotels, restaurants, bars and function centres, which could presumably still operate without a casino. Despite the damaging findings in the WA Royal Commission, the WA government has only said it accepted its 59 recommendations, and was vague when questioned about whether it would implement some of the more significant ones. For example, Racing and Gaming Minister Tony Booty would not commit on Thursday to regular reviews of the casino licence at least every 5 years, as is required in Victoria. He also couldn't say when they will appoint someone to oversee Crown Perth's remediation, or who this person might be. In Victoria, they immediately announced a QC would be a special administrator of Crown Melbourne. Mr. Booty told the WA Parliament on Thursday that their priority reforms included giving extra powers to the casino watchdog to mitigate risks at Crown Perth, as well as improving its independence from government. Victoria was quick to announce a QC would be appointed as a special administrator of Crown Melbourne. Their strongest language has been around how WA's ban on poker machines will be maintained. There will be no weakening of this necessary ban, Dr. Booty said. Poker machines are banned by laws which also do not define what exactly they are. The Royal Commissioners recommended that the government consider whether it should continue to ban poker machines, and if they did, suggested they define them to help regulators understand what exactly is being banned. The government vows to continue its hard line on poker machines in WA. Financial crime looms as test for government. For all the McGowan government's fondness for looking tough on crime, its real test will be just how tough it's prepared to be on financial crime, like money laundering and criminal infiltration, at Crown Perth, when it could hurt its bottom line. As the report points out, Crown has paid an annual average of $2.9 million in licence fees and $58.4 million in casino tax in recent, pre-COVID years to the WA government. The 1,000-page report published on Thursday made 59 recommendations. Casino tax is a percentage of gross gambling revenue. As the Bergin inquiry found, for many years casino revenue included the contributions of alleged criminals and money launderers who spent a lot of money on junket tours to Crown Perth. A big source of revenue in recent years, since junkets were banned after Bergin, is electronic gaming machines, with gamblers spending more than $306 million on the 2,500 machines at Crown Perth last financial year. The report found regulatory failings allowed alleged money laundering to continue at Crown Perth without question. While Crown has said it will work cooperatively with the WA government over the recommendations, you wouldn't expect it would be ecstatic about some of them. Also in question is how Blackstone Inc., whose takeover of Crown and its Perth and Melbourne casinos is yet to be ticked off, would work with this new operating environment. Crown Perth's Pearl Room is for high roller gamblers, high spending and problem gamblers in spotlight. If implemented, many recommendations look likely to affect Crown Perth's revenue from EGMs, as well as high spending and problem gamblers, which could also hit the WA government's tax take. These included applicants to the High Roller Pearl Room having to prove they had the finances to gamble and show this on a regular basis. Applicants to the high roller pearl room having to prove they had the finances to gamble and show this on a regular basis. Time limits for EGMs, with a compulsory break after 3 hours of play, no more than 12 hours play per 24 hours, and no more than 28 hours play a week. Time limits for EGMs, with a compulsory break after 3 hours of play, no more than 12 hours play per 24 hours, and no more than 28 hours play a week. Reduce the EGM minimum bet size to $10. Reduce the EGM minimum bet size to $10 EGM players to preset weekly loss and time limits for gambling. EGM players to preset weekly loss and time limits for gambling. Mandate carded play on EGMs, which could highlight potential gambling-related harm and decrease the risk of money laundering. Mandate carded play on EGMs, which could highlight potential gambling-related harm and decrease the risk of money laundering. New laws requiring the casino licensee to mitigate gambling-related harm. Over the next 2 years, we will see if Crown has a business model which can both meet the anti-money laundering and responsible gambling requirements of its regulators and also turn a decent profit.